a shouting match spirals out of control.
You see that?
And an innocent man is murdered in broad daylight.
It is a stab wound in the left ventricle of the heart. That wound is fatal.
But is there more to the story than meets the eye? Some mysterious clues aren't adding up.
There are some flowers near the bloodstain. What the hell are they doing here?
Armed with nothing but the fleeting memory of eyewitnesses,
Go ahead and send him in.
Lieutenant Joe Kenda must pluck his killer from a murderer's row of potential suspects.
Sometimes you can almost feel a sense of panic on the witness's part.
You can't spook her because she is the key to this case. I would never raise my voice because it's more frightening to people. My name is Kenda from the police department. You're under arrest for murder. If you don't do what I say, I'm going to kill you right here and right now. There's one thing that never changes: murder. A life has been taken. Their stories are now my stories. I'm Lieutenant Joe Kenda. I've solved nearly 400 homicides. Somebody has to take control. Somebody has to look out for the victim. I never know where a case is going to lead, but I'll never stop until it's solved.
As the work week comes to a close, the commercial district of Colorado Springs is bustling with activity.
Arcadia and Fillmore is an intersection that has a lot of small businesses, convenience stores, donut shops, gas stations, fast food restaurants.
People, stop to pick up things and quickly in and out kind of thing.
Rose Barrett and her daughter Lanny Bubick are headed home after running some errands.
Are you gonna make dinner tonight? I don't know. What would you like?
On that particular day, I had taken my daughter grocery shopping.
Rose and Lanny pull into a strip mall parking lot near Lanny's house.
Hope we got everything this time.
We were unloading groceries from the vehicle when it happened.
Hey, what are you doing, girl, man?
I heard loud voices, and I looked over to the left to the store, and I saw some people out there.
Do you see that?
Two men and a woman seem to be involved in a heated exchange.
They were arguing. I'm a very nosy person, I just had to stand there and watch it.
That's when a third man steps in, and all hell breaks loose.
Oh my goodness.
The man and the woman disappeared around the side of the shopping center, and must have been about a minute later, the gentleman came back around the corner and he was clutching himself.
He was walking kind of funny, and he collapsed across the street from us.
Oh, one of them's bleeding.
And my daughter said, "Mom, he's been stabbed." And I said, "No, he hasn't." She said, "Yes, Mom, he's been stabbed."
We saw the blood on his shirt and realized that something had happened.
We better call somebody. Come on, let's go.
Across town, Lieutenant Joe Kenda is locking up for the weekend.
At the end of a very long day, I was kind of pleased that I was finally going to get to go home. And the phone rang at my desk.
This is Kenda.
It was the communications center. We just got a stabbing up on Fillmore Street, and it looks like it's pretty serious, and they're asking for detectives.
All right, I'll be right there.
What is unique about this kind of work is there is no workday. We respond to things that go badly in the world, and it doesn't matter what time or what day or what week. There are some people standing around, not a lot of people, but there are some. There's no press yet. They haven't arrived. There are a lot of police officers there, but it's not the usual chaotic thing that you see. It's kind of quiet.
How you doing?
Hey, Lieutenant.
So what we got?
We had an altercation in front of the liquor store.
Though it's unclear exactly what transpired, at some point a knife was drawn and a man was stabbed.
We've identified our victim as Raymond Archuleta. He's 31 years old. The victim's been transported by ambulance with a single stab wound of the central chest.
Was he still alive?
Yes, sir, he was.
Kenda knows there's no better witness than the victim himself. That is, if he lives.
If his wound is serious enough, it could kill him at any moment. So there's a time factor here. We don't have forever.
Get a couple officers up there, see if they get a statement.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you ask around and see if anyone saw anything?
Right. Dispatch, I need 2 officers to go to the hospital.
The officers were trying to get information from him as to what happened and who was involved.
As some of his men head to the hospital, Kenda takes a closer look at the crime scene.
There is a bloodstain on the sidewalk. There are some flowers that have been dropped near the bloodstain. Now, they are a bizarre artifact. What the hell are they doing there? This is extremely odd. At this point, we don't know very much. We know there's 4 people. We know there's the victim and his companion, whoever that is. And we know that there's a suspect male who has a girlfriend. Is it a jealousy thing? Is one of these 2 trying to hit on his girlfriend by giving her flowers? What made this happen?
Lieutenant, you may want to talk to these women.
How you doing, Lieutenant Kenda?
It's Rose Barrett and Lanny Bubick, the mother and daughter who witnessed the incident firsthand.
Well, we got a couple of women here. One in particular says that she sees this event.
You saw what happened?
Yeah, there was a girl and a guy.
We have 2 people, a male and a female, between the ages of 18 and 20. The girl has long hair to the middle of her back. The suspect is 110 to 130 pounds, black hair.
It was very nerve-wracking. I did tell them exactly what I saw.
Lanny and Rose tell Kenda that a couple was having words with a young man. As the situation escalated, another individual tried to intervene.
And it seemed to be a very brief encounter, but all of a sudden this guy's on the ground, stabbed.
When I realized that he had been stabbed, it frightened me a little bit, you know, just what had happened, what it escalated to.
What about the flowers? Where do they come from?
The girl was holding the flowers, but she dropped them.
Kenda also suspects that if the girl was holding the flowers, her boyfriend was the one wielding the knife. But where are they now?
Can you describe them?
The guy, he had dark hair, maybe some facial hair.
The gentleman was of slender build, possibly, 5'6" to 5'8".
The girl was young. She had long hair down her back.
She did not appear to be Latin to me, where I realized that the other 2 men involved in the incident were Latin.
It's a good start, but Kenda needs more than just a generic description.
Would you mind hanging out for a little while?
Yeah, it's fine.
I appreciate it.
He calls on a rarely used but vital member of his team.
Lieutenant Kenda, dispatch. Can I get a sketch artist out to the corner of Fillmore and Arcadia? Need a couple composites drawn.
Within minutes, a sketch artist is on scene.
Thanks for coming. I actually got 2 witnesses right here. Just saw 2 suspects fleeing. Can you get a couple composites as soon as possible for me?
Sure, no problem.
All right, thank you.
They can basically draw a composite photo, if you will, of the suspect based on information given to them from the witnesses.
So here's the book that I want you to look through and tell me which features most resemble the suspect.
They brought the artist kit that had different types of eyes, different types of chins, noses, eyebrows, hairlines, and asking which one best fit his description and would draw it from there.
Maybe that one or
More like this one here.
that one?
Yeah, because it was higher up here.
And what about the eyes?
If they independently say that that's very similar in the appearance, it's a good tool to eliminate people with or to identify a particular person.
Yeah.
How about this?
Yeah, it looks better, yeah.
Kenda hopes to get the name of a suspect to compare to the sketches. At the moment, that looks like an uphill battle.
These witnesses certainly don't know the male with the knife and his girlfriend. They don't know identities of anybody. We're hopeful that our victim can help us out with that.
When investigators head to the hospital to speak with victim Raymond Archuleta, they're dealt a devastating setback.
Doctor?
I'm sorry he didn't make it.
During the surgery, they ended up having to try and do a heart massage, but it was ineffective, and Raymond ultimately died on the table during surgery. This shifts from an assault investigation to a murder investigation.
Can you tell me about the wound?
It was a 4-inch puncture wound at the left ventricle of his heart.
A single wound. but it is a stab wound in the left ventricle of the heart. That wound is fatal.
And in this case, puzzling. It would seem 4 inches wouldn't be deep enough to reach Raymond's heart.
Let me describe something to you about stab wounds. The human body is flexible. The chest cavity moves. If you thrust a knife into a chest, the force of the blow compresses the chest. So a 4-inch bladed knife can produce a wound that's 9 inches deep. You would think you'd need a big knife. No, you don't.
With the victim now deceased, Kenda's best hope for identifying his killer lies with Raymond's loved ones.
You know where his family is?
They're this way.
In the waiting room, Kenda finds the Archuleta family, still coming to grips with their devastating loss.
When my mother called to tell me that my brother was hurt and he was transported to the hospital, of course I panicked. When we got there, they had already pronounced him dead.
My mother was very close to Raymond. She didn't take it very well.
You feel so bad for her, and in your heart, you know there's nothing you can do about it, not yet. And you can't offer her much other than the hope that we will resolve this.
Can you tell me a little bit about Raymond? Sometimes a little bit of background can help with an investigation.
He had 2 children, a daughter named Virginia and a son named Raymond Jr. And they're both wonderful children. He loved his children very, very much.
He's a construction worker, so he's solid build. He's a strong individual.
I love the job you did on this deck. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
They consider him a salt of the earth brother, family member, relative, the best.
Raymond had a brother named William. According to their mother, the two were practically inseparable.
They were very close, always were close since they were little. They always were together. They worked together, they played together, and they were there for each other.
Raymond's mother also says that earlier that afternoon, the 2 brothers had been hanging out and having a few beers.
Virginia says that she saw William and Raymond earlier in the day, that William had been drinking. Raymond had been drinking as well, but not as much as William. They seemed to be in a good mood. So we asked Virginia, do you know where William is? And she says, no, I don't.
I haven't seen him all night.
It did seem sort of out of place that William never showed up at the hospital.
Is William Archuleta the unidentified 3rd man who tried to intervene in the altercation between Raymond and the couple? Or worse, is William Archuleta the one who stabbed Raymond? Though the latter theory seems unlikely, Kenda takes nothing for granted.
When you have someone close to a murder case who suddenly isn't where they're supposed to be, that's generally not a good thing. Where is he?
Kenda's best hope for finding William is through his grieving family.
I have pressured people in that situation when I thought it was necessary. I didn't believe it was this time. She was suffering, and I saw no reason to increase her suffering.
Would it be possible to talk to you tomorrow?
You can come to our house tomorrow. Because William won't be back by then.
Thank you.
Our best witness is William Archuleta, and we can't put our hands on him right now. What if William knows this girl, or knows this guy, or knows them both, and his brother gets in the way of William being the intended victim? He's got to have more to offer us than the perfect strangers do. We need to find him right away. So where are we here? This is a minor confrontation on the street that leads to a murder in under half a minute. We know there's a guy and a girl involved in this. We have no idea who they are.
Lieutenant Joe Kenda knows the victim, Raymond Archuleta, was drinking with his brother William shortly before the stabbing.
We can't seem to find him at the moment.
Could William Archuleta have had a hand in his brother's murder?
So we arrive at the family home looking for William.
Can you tell me what you know about what happened yesterday?
Well, the last I saw them, they were out in the backyard. Will and Raymond were out there having a beer together.
I had some job interviews. Yeah? How's that going? They're supposed to call me.
And I know Will had already had too much to drink, but I wasn't worried because he was with Raymond.
Boys okay? You need anything?
Mom, we're doing okay, Mom. Good.
William was very drunk. They say that Raymond is protective of him, tries to keep an eye out for him.
Did any of you see William last night?
Yes, he was here when we got back from the hospital.
As Kenda listens to the Archuleta women, a young man staggers into the kitchen.
Is that William?
Yes.
Excuse me for a second. William?
Yes.
How you doing?
William has difficulty standing. William has difficulty focusing his eyes.
It's clear that William is still intoxicated from the night before, which to Kenda rules him out as a suspect in his brother's murder.
William can't find his way home, let alone get involved in some nefarious plot leading to the death of his brother. If there was any suspicion about William, it fades away seeing his condition.
I know you're probably still in shock about what happened yesterday, but I need you to tell me about it.
I don't remember anything.
He remembers being with his brother. He remembers drinking. He doesn't remember there being a stabbing, and he can't understand why his brother is dead.
That's all.
We were considering whether or not it was because he was so drunk he really did black out. But again, it could be something that either he did not want to share out of fear or just shock of the incident itself.
So he remains, for our purposes, useless at this point.
All right, well, if you do happen to remember anything at all, make sure you call the office and let me know.
With his only eyewitness of little use, Kenda looks to the other family members for new leads.
Can you think of anyone else that might have been having problems with Raymond?
I can't think of Raymond having any enemies. He never talked about anyone that he didn't like or that he was feuding with.
Everyone loved my son.
That is her son, the most important thing in the world to her. She is devastated by this and is wanting to know what she can do to help us, what she can do to find out who killed her boy.
Do you think you're going to be able to find his murderer?
And I feel awful at that moment.
I'm going to do everything I can to find out who did this, Mrs. Salazar. I promise.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
I can't tell her I know who did this because I don't. I can't tell her I think I know who did this because I don't know that either. It's a very awkward feeling.
As Kenda heads back to his office, Detective Skip Arms approaches him with a promising lead.
Hey, Lieutenant. Found a piece of paper in Raymond's wallet.
What's it say?
Got the name Kevin written on it.
We find a piece of paper in our victim's pocket with an address on Arcadia Street, which of course runs right up to the crime scene. So, who is Kevin? Why would he have his address in his pocket?
Let's go pay Kevin a visit. How you doing?
Good.
We're with the Colorado Springs Police Department. There was a murder happened up the street last night. Did you know anything about that?
Just, what I've heard on the news.
Did you know the victim, Raymond Archuleta?
No.
Is there someone named Kevin that lives here?
What would Kevin have to do with any of this?
He realizes that we're probably not just going to walk off the porch, so he says, well, it's my wife's nephew.
He moved in with his grandparents a while back.
And where's that at?
The Yampa Street apartments.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
So we went out to the Yampa Street apartments, and Kevin was not there.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
With their suspect nowhere to be found, detectives try a different tactic.
Do you know Kevin who lives here?
Yes.
Does this look like him?
They show neighbors the composite sketch of the killer, hoping it resembles Kevin.
One of the people we did show that drawing to was the building manager. Building managers know their tenants pretty well. I'm going to show you this drawing.
No, not at all.
That picture looks nothing like him at all.
Other tenants also fail to see a resemblance.
No, that's not Kevin.
Composite pictures are very often more helpful in eliminating people than they are in including people.
Usually if you get consistent feedback from other people and they say, I know that person and this isn't him, it's pretty easy to then put that one aside and say that the person's not involved.
So we eliminate him based on physical description alone.
All right, thank you for your time.
Sure.
Kenda's team is without a suspect or even a lead.
Since we're in a position in this case of not having a place to go, we certainly need one. And it's like you do in every murder case, you go back to the beginning.
Detectives head to a liquor store adjacent to the crime scene, hoping the employees might recognize the killer and his girlfriend from the composite sketches.
How you doing?
Hello, pretty good.
Does the guy in this photo look like the guy that pulled the knife last night?
I heard there was an argument yesterday, but I didn't really get to see too much of it.
Yeah, we heard there was a fight over a girl.
Is that her?
Then they look at the female drawing, and they both say,
That looks like Alicia.
Yeah, Alicia Santos.
She came in fairly regularly, worked at a nearby donut shop, and she was often with a boyfriend, and so the employees at the liquor store felt that perhaps she could have been the girlfriend that the police were looking for.
she is in that store all the time. That's kind of the key for me. We didn't have a person that matches this picture that's here all the time. And here is where our murder happens. This is very promising stuff.
All right, thank you.
After tracking down her address, detectives head to Alicia's house. But when they arrive, they find a teenager out front, visibly shaken.
Hey, what's going on here?
My sister gonna take her to the hospital.
Is it serious?
I don't know, just go home.
Kenda wonders if Alicia's boyfriend was truly the one who stabbed Raymond Archuleta. Could he have turned his knife on Alicia too?
We need to chase that ambulance and find out what the hell is happening. We're now at the stage of this investigation where we have a minor street fight that results in the death of 31-year-old Raymond Archuleta. We have composite drawings of suspects. We have clerks in the store where this murder occurred that put a name to the female in the composite.
That looks like Alicia.
But when Kenda goes to speak with his new lead, Alicia Santos, he finds her sister instead.
Hey, what's going on here?
My sister gonna take her to the hospital.
If Alicia's boyfriend is the killer, could he have attacked her too?
Did somebody hurt her?
No, she was complaining about cramps this morning. She's pregnant.
According to the sister, Alicia has an infection and is worried about it harming her unborn baby.
Where's her boyfriend at?
Robert, it's actually her husband. He went with her in the ambulance.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Kenda needs to see if Robert and Alicia are in fact his killer couple.
How you doing?
Good.
Do you have Alicia Santos back there?
We do.
How's she doing?
She's doing fine, and the baby's doing fine.
I'll wait out here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
On the way out. Make sure you watch the door when I'm talking to him, in case he tries something.
Hopefully he wouldn't do anything with his pregnant wife.
Alicia comes out and she is beyond pregnant. In the face, she does look like the drawing, but it stops there.
Eyewitness Lanny Bubick never mentioned anything about the killer's girlfriend being pregnant. But does Robert fit her description?
She describes the guy as a little guy, that he's small, he's maybe 5'3", slightly built. The girl that's with him is 4 or 5 inches taller than he is, and she's quite sure about that.
Excuse me, Alicia Santos? Robert?
Yes, sir.
We meet Robert, the real focus of our interest in Alicia, and we are profoundly disappointed. Robert is over 6 feet tall. He is a big guy. So not only is he the wrong size, so is she. It can't possibly be either one of these people.
The experience that we've had with composite drawings is really mixed. Sometimes they can point you in the right direction, but just as often, somebody's recollection of what they saw can send you down the wrong path.
So our promising lead has just gone up in smoke.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With Robert and Alicia ruled out as suspects, Kenda's only lead remains the eyewitnesses, who saw the killer but can't name him.
We're not getting anywhere fast, and you start to get depressed. Why aren't we finding something of significance?
Weeks pass. With no developments to report to Raymond Archuleta's family, Kenda is feeling the heat.
It's frustrating, it's maddening, it makes you angry, it makes you sad, it makes you not wanting to face the victim's mother ever again, but you're gonna have to anyway.
But when Kenda reaches out to the Archuletas to update them on the lack of progress, he receives some welcome news. The family has turned up a new lead.
What's the name?
The word on the street is that this is over a dispute involving the Archuleta brothers and a drug dealer by the name of Mike, and that Mike is responsible for the stabbing. We identify Mike, and he happens to be in jail. It's rather convenient.
What's more, Kenda's new suspect, 18-year-old Mike Burkhardt, bears a resemblance to the composite sketch of the killer. But Kenda will need more than that to concretely tie Mike Burkhardt to the crime.
One of the tools that is used by police in investigations are physical lineups. The lineups usually come from the jail population. And so the goal is to try to get people that are of similar builds and stature. Obviously, the hope for the detectives involved are that all of your witnesses are going to come in and immediately recognize your suspect.
I appreciate you ladies coming in today. What's going to happen is we're going to have a random group of guys come in. They can't see you through the glass. I want you to tell me if you recognize any one of them from the stabbing, okay?
Okay, I understand.
We give them the usual admonishment. There may or may not be a person contained within this group of people who could be the person responsible for this crime.
And they're not compelled to choose anybody unless they're absolutely certain.
You can go ahead and send them in.
We put Mike in this physical lineup. He happens to be in position number 3. It's the way the jailers lined him up before they walked him in there. There's no reason that he's in 3, he just is.
Rose Barrett and her daughter Lanny sit behind a one-way mirror and survey each man in the lineup.
Take your time.
Sometimes you can almost feel a sense of panic on the witness's part because they may have this internal sense that they're compelled to pick somebody.
I was very nervous. It was very surreal. I was not scared, just very nervous.
We don't comment, we don't inquire, because we don't want to influence anybody. We are, of course, hopeful that number 3 is going to get everybody's attention.
One of them looks familiar to me.
Which one is that?
Number 3.
Could you have number 3 step forward, please?
You are anxious that maybe this is going to get us somewhere. We got very hopeful when Rose asked Mike to turn.
We get his profiles?
Turn to the left.
We thought that could be significant, that that's the guy with the knife. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
For exclusive footage, go to investigationdiscovery.com.
We've had several months of frustration in this case. We're finally to the point to where we might have somebody. We've done a physical lineup with a suspect in position number 3. We're hoping beyond hope that our witnesses are going to say that's the guy.
Number 3.
Could you have number 3 step forward, please?
When witnesses are viewing physical lineups, they may ask a suspect to turn around to get a different profile because maybe that's the profile they saw them from.
We want you to take as much time as you like. We'd like you to be as certain as you can be.
I did not want to choose the wrong person because looking at them, I was not sure.
You try to read a witness. They're looking at the people, but you're looking at the witness. My experience tells me when somebody identifies or recognizes someone, their face changes.
I don't know. There's something about that jawline that's not right.
You can see the recognition in their face, and I never saw that.
I don't think that's him.
Nope, not the guy.
Are you absolutely positive it's not him?
Yes, I am. I don't think it's him. No.
I could tell him what he looked like, but I could not pick him out.
Thank you, we're all set.
It's not him, which means we still have no idea who him is.
All right, thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Sorry.
With his latest suspect scratched from the list, Kenda finds himself right back where he started.
I would sit in my office and I would torture myself when you have cases like this. It's gone on and on and on. We've gone through person after guy after girl, after composite match, after physical lineup attempts, after witness re-interviews, after family members who point their finger at everybody they've ever known in their lives. I would sit there and say to myself, what did you do wrong? What did you forget? What did you not do? What did you fail to see? It's maddening. It's absolutely maddening.
Months pass, and no new leads materialize. Until one day, when a detective of Kenda's catches up with him at lunch.
Hey, Pop, how you doing?
Hey, Joe, how you doing today?
Can I get the pulled pork, coleslaw, and baked beans today, please?
Sure.
This detective comes to me right away.
Sorry, Lieutenant.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I just talked to a guy a few minutes ago who says he knows something about stabbing at Fillmore.
Detectives in downtown Colorado Springs are contacted by a man named Jim Spoon.
Hey.
Yeah.
You guys are detectives, right?
Yeah.
Well, my girl, she has an ex-boyfriend that lives in her house, and he threatens her. And she's terrified of him.
We work homicide, so I'd suggest that you go downtown and file a report on that.
The cops are already getting bored with this. Like, is there a point to this story?
Wait, that's not all. I heard he stabbed the guy outside the Fillmore liquor store.
What did you say?
Wait, so you believe that her ex-boyfriend is the one that stabbed that guy outside the Fillmore?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Our lieutenant would want to talk to you about that, so you wouldn't mind coming with us, would you?
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Where's he at right now?
He's back at the station.
Can you call in and have him put him in my office?
Kenda needs to meet Jim Spoon face to face.
Hey, Pop, I'm gonna have to cancel that. I'll catch you tomorrow.
All right, appreciate it. I'll see you later. Be safe out there.
Thank you. Mr. Spoon? I'm Joe. How you doing?
Good. You?
So what can you tell me about the stabbing at the liquor store on Fillmore?
My girlfriend's ex, he stabbed that guy. His name is Anthony Edrogo. He's crazy and dangerous.
Kenda looks his suspect up in the criminal database.
We find one Anthony, no middle name, Edrogo. He's a former inmate, Colorado State Penitentiary, hasn't been out that long.
27-year-old Anthony Edrogo has a lengthy history of burglary. Not only does he resemble the composite sketch, he matches the rest of the eyewitness description.
He is 5'3" and weighs 115 pounds. That would certainly classify as a little guy. I am really liking this.
Kenda is increasingly convinced Anthony Edrogo is the killer, and that Jim Spoon's girlfriend, Anthony's ex, is the girl with the flowers.
I'm gonna need to speak to your girlfriend. Do you mind giving her a call for me?
Honey, it's me. Yeah, I'm down at the police station. And I'm talking to a detective about what happened at the liquor store.
She's really scared. She's scared she's going to go to jail. Anthony has told her that if she says anything, he'll see to it that she goes down with him.
She's scared. She doesn't want to.
Let me talk to her.
Look, I'm going to pass you over. Okay?
What's her name?
Carol.
Hello, Carol. This is Lieutenant Kenda.
She's really nervous on the phone, almost in tears, afraid she's going to go to jail. Maybe she needs a lawyer.
No, I understand.
You have to be really, really careful. You can't spook her. You can't run her off. You have to reel her in because she is the key to this case.
Well, listen, I'm gonna need you to come down to the station and talk to me. I give you my word, nothing bad will happen to you. I guarantee it.
Our only interest in this case is Anthony Edrogo. And I said to her, I believe you are not a participant in the crime itself. And I believe I can convince the district attorney of that, and thus you will not be charged.
Right.
So you're protected from that perspective. You understand?
20 minutes later, Kenda is in the interrogation room, face to face with his last best hope for solving the case.
She introduces herself as Carol Helene Babb. This girl is driven by fear. She has told me on the phone how afraid she is of Anthony Edrogo. She's starting to lose some of the fear, which indicates to me she's going to talk.
Thank you for coming in today. I just need you to tell me exactly what happened at the liquor store that night.
She says she and Anthony Edrogo are downtown. They hitchhike up to Fillmore, and they're kind of basically on their way home. But Tony wants to buy some rolling papers. They stop at Fillmore Liquors.
I was waiting outside when some drunk guy kept coming up to me, wouldn't leave me alone.
How's it going?
Hey.
What are you doing?
I'm waiting on someone.
Can I get you anything?
No, I'm good.
Please, let me just get you something.
I'm good, thank you.
He's like super drunk. She said he's not aggressive. He's just a pain. He's telling her how pretty she is, and he wants to give her flowers.
All right, you're lost.
The man, William Archuleta, joins his brother Raymond inside, where Anthony Edrogo is picking up rolling papers, and where, at the checkout counter, several small bouquets of flowers are on sale.
Let's see what these say.
When Raymond and William exit, William stops to give Carol a present.
I got you these.
Thanks.
Please.
Wouldn't go away, so eventually I just took the flowers.
And Tony gets angry and tells this guy to get away from his girl.
What are you doing? Well, I didn't know she had a I didn't know you had a
She's waiting on
boyfriend.
somebody, isn't she?
And William, being a pain, persists.
I didn't know she had a boyfriend, man.
I just want to give her flowers, man, that's all.
I give her the flowers. She needs flowers, I'll get her flowers.
Hey, what are you gonna do, little man?
They started going at it, and then this other guy came over to try and help the drunk guy.
And that would be Raymond, the victim.
Yeah, well, he was just trying to help his friend, so that just pissed Tony off even more.
What's your problem, man? Whoa, you need... Let's go, little guy, little punk.
It's a switchblade, spring-loaded, press a button, the blade extends. Double-edged.
And what did Raymond do?
He wasn't scared.
Tony, come on, let's go.
What's your problem, man? What's your problem? Little punk.
He says to the girl, I just stabbed that dude, let's go.
Come on.
It's real apparent to me that she's telling me the God's truth. But my purpose when I talk with her is for her to give me something besides her word. Some kind of physical evidence that I can tie to this crime.
And what did you guys do then?
And I didn't know what to do, so I just ran with him.
After fleeing the scene, Anthony and Carol took cover in a nearby shed.
They're gonna find us.
Nobody saw us come in here.
Now, Tony's a criminal. He's experienced. He wants to change his appearance. He takes off his shirt and he balls it up and he throws it in the corner of the shed. They wait for some time.
Once the coast was clear, Anthony disposed of the knife, and they took off. A few days later, the couple got word that Raymond Archuleta died from the stab wound. Panicked, Anthony went back to the shed and retrieved the murder weapon from the bushes.
He finds his knife, he puts it in a bag, and the next day, he drives to the landfill so he can dispose of this knife.
By that point, Carol realized she needed to break up with Anthony, but not before Anthony threatened to hurt her if she ever talked to police.
I just hope you get him.
I'm gonna do my best.
It would seem that Anthony Edrogo has done away with all incriminating evidence, but Kenda knows better.
Mind taking a ride with me?
Tony thinks he is one smart dude, but think back to what he's done. He didn't get the shirt out of the shed, now did he? Carol Babb named our killer as Anthony Edrogo. I need evidence to back up what she says.
Lieutenant Joe Kenda knows he can't get an arrest warrant without physical evidence, namely the hoodie Anthony discarded in a shed not far from the crime scene.
So we're going to a shed looking for exactly that.
Can you describe the shirt for me?
Medium blue hoodie with white stripes.
But as Kenda and Carol Babb reach the shed,
Is the door around the front?
Yeah, right over there.
a man emerges.
Excuse me, sir. I'm investigating a homicide, and I think there may be a piece of evidence in your shed.
don't know anything about a murder.
What I'm looking for is a shirt that someone else might have left in there.
He thinks about that for a minute, and well, I don't know if there's anything in there or not, but I got a lot of rags in the corner.
May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks.
He keeps all these rags in a bag, and he said, well, here.
Is that it right there?
That's it.
There might be a shirt in here, I don't know, but let me just dump this out right here in the corner. And he empties this bag.
Kenda sifts through the pile, separating each rag from the next.
I feel that drawstring in the pile, and I lift it up, and there it is. A blue shirt with a white string tie and neck.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's the shirt he was wearing. How certain are you? 100% that's the shirt he was wearing. I bought it for him. There is what I need. A story and irrefutable evidence to go with it. We put together an arrest warrant for murder. Carol tells us what time he usually comes home from his running around. We sit in front of this residence. You take a lot of precaution when you confront these people.
Kenda and his men prepare to take their man into custody.
How you doing?
Hey, Lieutenant, what's going on?
I need you to coordinate with the other units. Have them staged just out of sight of the house. As soon as I see the guy, I'll get the go signal over the radio.
Sounds good. We'll do.
All that remains is to wait for Anthony to show up.
Surveillance is boring. It is incredibly boring.
And it's also high risk for officers, because once they know that they have killed somebody, you never know if they're going to kill the next person that confronts them.
You always go through the worst case scenarios. You know, he burns us, he comes out of the car blazing away with a handgun. And you have to kind of push that aside and say, no, we're just going to arrest this guy. That's all we're going to do. I have my weapon at the ready, and, you know, if it's necessary, that's what we'll do.
Well, that's him.
At 4:40 p.m., Anthony Edrogo pulls into the driveway.
Go, go, go!
We don't let him get in the house. We take him on the street. We say, Anthony, you're under arrest for murder. I would never raise my voice because it's more frightening to people. They expect to be yelled at by the police. I always say the same thing. My name is Kenda from the police department. You're under arrest for murder. If you don't do what I say, I'm going to kill you right here and right now. And when you say it in that tone, they believe you. He didn't react. He didn't reach in his pockets. He didn't do anything. He's looking down a barrel of 4 guns.
Anthony Edrogo never confesses to the crime, but Kenda already has a good idea of what went down.
Raymond sees a confrontation. He sees stumbling William standing there.
What's the problem? Little punk?
And the suspect, Tony, opens that knife and thrusts a single time at Anthony's chest. I would think if Anthony didn't have a knife, Raymond would have folded him up and made a paper airplane out of him, which is why Anthony had a knife. A guy of that body size is probably incapable of causing physical harm without the use of a weapon. He is going to have a weapon that's going to be available to him. He's a convict. The district attorney charges him with 2 crimes. The first crime being manslaughter for the death of the victim in this case, and for being a habitual offender, because that would be his 3rd felony conviction within 10 years.
Anthony may have gone down without a fight, but the trial is a different story.
It was interesting because he was very vocal. He had a lot of outbursts in court, had to be removed several times to another room.
Anthony Edrogo, not unlike many criminals, is unable to control his emotions, lets his anger overcome his judgment.
2 years after stabbing and killing Raymond Archuleta, Anthony Edrogo is convicted of manslaughter. But because of his already lengthy rap sheet, he is sentenced to life in prison.
It's a very satisfying thing to work so hard and for so long and not get anywhere, and then to get everywhere all at once. I was pleased to report to Mrs. Salazar that we now have the person who murdered her son. It certainly won't bring Raymond back, but it offers some degree of closure that the person responsible for this is going to be punished in a very severe way. I felt good about that.
But even with Anthony Edrogo behind bars, the death of Raymond Archuleta is a tragedy his family is still coming to grips with.
My brother Raymond did not deserve that, no. Because like he wouldn't hurt anybody. He wasn't a fighter, he was a lover.
It was a big loss for all of us. For William, myself, my mother, the whole family. He missed out of his children growing up. So he missed out a lot in life.
But perhaps it is hardest for William, the brother Raymond died protecting.
He just doesn't want to talk about it because he lost a brother that he loved dearly. He misses him very much.
I think that Raymond stepped up for his brother all of his life, and I think that he stepped into something he didn't realize what was happening. He thought this was going to be a minor verbal thing, and the next thing you know, he takes a blade through his heart. It cost him his life, and I'm sure he had no anticipation that that's what it was going to cost.